Welcome to Fit for Life. I'm back and I'm raring to go. This is show 13. I can't believe it. I'm still so excited about being able to do this and to get more people to exercise. How many of you have been exercising other than watching my show? You're walking on these beautiful days, aren't you? We're going to talk for a few minutes about sitting. How's that? I love to sit. And then we sit like this, and you know what happens to our posture, but we can also support the back too. Your body reverts to what they call a lazy biology. Your system works differently when you sit for prolonged periods. I mean, when I watch something on NPR or when I watched Downton Abbey or something like that, I'm sitting for a long time. So you want to try to get up now and then just to loosen up a little bit. But I just want to explain what happens to your body and your mind when you sit too much. So prolonged sitting, it causes a decline in your blood flow or your circulation, to the legs especially. Your heart works harder to circulate the blood and oxygen throughout your system, which raises your blood pressure and causes blood vessels to stiff and harden, hence hardening of the arteries. You've heard of that. Now the effects on the brain, it says the brain is the least productive when sitting, and it uses about 20% of the body's oxygen too. And glucose. Your body must move to deliver that fuel to the brain. So sitting 10 minutes down, it says it downshifts brain activity, which can cloud your thinking. And you know, as we age, we don't want to cloud our thinking. We want to keep that at bay as long as possible. So keep that in mind. Sitting is not an exercise, really. Prolonged periods, not good for you. But at the end of the day, it's okay. But, you know, take that walk, get your blood going, circulating during the day. Do your strength training. What did I say? Two times a week, sometimes 3 if you want to. But make sure you have a day or 2 in between each muscle group. So keep that in mind. We don't do strength training with the same muscle group. Say the upper body, the biceps and the triceps and the shoulders. You don't want to do anything like that 2 days in a row. And I know I've stressed that before. Also, I want you to know that I hope you'll have your water with you when you exercise. We use exercise bands. I hope you have them. We also use what they call dumbbells or free weights. I don't like the word dumbbell. I've said that before. And then, of course, I have my music, and I always have a book or something I want to share with you so that you understand why we do the exercises that we do, the specific exercises, what they do for us, what they do for the muscles, okay? One more thing, exercise in general, especially strength training, increases your metabolism. So you're burning calories even at rest. Isn't that wonderful? Remember that muscle also weighs more than fat. So sometimes people are dieting a little bit and they're trying to lose weight, and they're finding out that if they're doing strength training with it, sometimes they are a little bit heavier, but they're more toned. So I guess I'm giving you a lot of information. So I don't mind if you sit right now. This is fine. We're going to stand later. We're going to do some aerobics. But right now, let's make believe we've been sitting for a while, and let's get that circulation going. So you're just going to kick out. I mean, it could be easier than this, but it's movement. We're lucky we can move. It's the joy of movement, being able to move. And as we get older, we need to do it just as much as when we were younger, maybe in shorter periods. You know what your body can tolerate. So again, just getting the circulation going. These are not the bed exercises usually that I talk about so much. Just moving the legs. Now, lift your legs up. Get your backs away from the chair. Push those shoulders down. Pull that chin in for good posture, and just point your toes. This is great for your ankles and your feet, calf muscles, the front part of the lower leg. So what are we doing? Pointing, and then bringing those feet back. So it's pointing, it's flexing the feet, pointing, flexing, or we could call it extending and flexing. How does it feel? That really warms your feet up in the wintertime too, back and forth. Try not to hold on to the arms of the chair. You can keep your hands here if you want. And I'm not counting. Do you like my new sneakers? I love them. I had navy blue and I wanted to match, so now I have black. Let's put one foot down. Again, trying to sit up straight. We have to practice posture or you're never going to be able to do it. And it's a pain, but you have to do it. So remember when you're driving, remember what I said? Pull the head back into the headrest and you will be able to drive and see just as well. If you don't, then you won't do it. But just try to pull that head back. So that's really, I think, the most important thing to do first. Keep those shoulders pulled down. My leg's getting tired. So I'm going to start on the other leg this time. Let's circle the foot. How does that feel? Feels good to me. Again, circulation. Some people have neuropathy, numbness in the toes and in the lower extremities. In most cases, exercise will help with that. So especially if you're diabetic. So keep that in mind. So I'm talking to you, but I'm working. We're working together. The best thing you can do for yourself is to move. All right, then we'll go the other way. So we're not going to really do strength training today because we've already done it, I think, a couple of shows back, and we'll do it maybe tomorrow or the next day, or for the next show, I should say. Okay, feet out straight, arms out, and you're just going to go under and over. That's easy. Good. That also tightens this. It's just moving, that's all. We're just going to do a few more, but because I talked about sitting so much, yes, you can do some of this, or most of it while you're sitting. You probably don't want to count if you're watching something good on television, but if you are sitting for an extended period, you can do things like this, or just lift that leg up. So easy to do. I'm sliding down just a tiny bit here. And we'll say 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now sit up straight. Make sure you're sitting up straight, arms out, and lift again. And we're going to do 4 more of these. Okay. And this is 15 and 16. Wonderful. Now sit back and relax this time, but make sure you're fairly straight with that chin pulled in. Leg out straight again. We're just going to bounce it. So yes, some of these are the bed exercises. They are. Up and down, tightening that abdomen. These muscles get very lazy and we get flabby. That's a tough area to work with. We do not get down on the floor with our exercise. Maybe someday we will, but there's a lot you can do in a chair and standing. So just up and down, lift up and down. Legs are heavy. So you are getting some strength training in the what? Quadriceps, right? Good. Wonderful. I think we'll do one more thing, and then we'll get to our aerobics, which I love, because the music makes me feel like dancing, and it should you too. So just lift your heels up. We're going to do this standing up later. 3, lift the heels up. 4, and what that does is it bends the foot a little bit. So again, good for the circulation. Terrific. All right, are you ready to dance and move around a little bit? Do you have your sneakers on? I bet you some of you are barefoot or you're wearing socks. It's probably better to have a shoe on or a sneaker or an athletic shoe, they call them. We used to call them sneakers. Remember Keds? They still sell them, and I have some. All right, are you ready to move? Good. Grab some water. Put the music on. This is jazz music, and I'm going to make sure you can hear it. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Easy stuff, but really good for you, good for your heart, your lungs. All right, I'm just fooling around now. Stop, and let's do some nice, easy knee bends. 5. You can do what you want with your arms. I don't care, really. Up and down. Good. Good. Isn't this easy? You don't have to be a dancer to do this. But the music just helps a little bit. You're going to point your toes forward. Good. And point. And point. And point. Now touch out to the side. So all of this is good for your balance. Walking in the park. Good for your balance. Yes. And out to the side. 5, 6, 7. Now lift the knee up. So it's up, up. You can see where this might be good for your balance, huh? Up and up and up and up. No arms. Just lift the knees. It's a little more of a challenge for your balance when you don't use your arms. Up again, up again. And 5 and 6. Last one coming up. Yay. Now, front and back. Front and back. Watch that posture. Dancers have great posture, don't they? Especially ballerinas. Front. One more now. Try the other side. Now this looks easy, but you have to work a little bit at it. It's good for balance too. But you're not used to doing this. You don't walk around like this. You wouldn't go anywhere, right? And 5 and 6, 7. Stop right here. Let's lift that knee up again. Use your arms. If you want, you can touch your shoulders. Yeah, good. Now watch. Feet apart, arms out, bend your knee. Now be careful. If it hurts, don't do it. Try it again. Arms down this time. And 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7. Now look at this shoulder. We're getting a nice stretch in the back. Doesn't that feel great? And 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Again, 1, 2 and 3. Just copy me. That's all you have to do. Good. Stop here. We'll bounce. We'll take a little break. Push down. Now I can feel that in one of my knees. Yes. Some of us have what? Arthritis. Do you know there's 100 kinds of arthritis? Osteoarthritis is the most common. And stop and kick again. Now, if you're comfortable, kick a little higher. Or you can hold on to do this if that's too tough, okay? If you're not used to doing this, you'll feel it, right? Do this with me. Step and touch to the back. Look how easy. Wow. And 5 and 6 and 7. You can see I love to dance, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7. Stop again. Just a little bounce this time. Then I'm going to give you a really good balance exercise. Keep going. Down. Bending the knees. Your feet are parallel, aren't they? Yes, they are. All right, do this with me. Touch front, side, back, and close. Are you finding that easy? Too easy? Keep going. Front, side, back. All right, do that one fast, okay? Can you do this one fast too? So it's front, side, back, close. You could do this holding on probably to the back of the chair, right? And front, side, back. Front, side, back. Last one. Good. Now just reach up. Let's get a good stretch. Ooh, I almost hit that. Let's stretch a little lower here. And 5 and 6. You don't have to turn your head. That might throw you off a little bit. And way over. Let's get a nice stretch in your mid-back, your shoulder, and down. Let's stretch down or reach down. Good. 5 and 6 and 7. And stop here and kick again. Keep it low. We're cooling down a little bit. This CD is about 10 minutes. And 1 and 2. Easy, nice and easy. Great. 5, 6, 7. Stop here. Side, side. You can use your arms and your hands. And 5 and 6. Getting tired? If you're a walker, this won't make you tired. But remember, you're moving, right? Good. Stop again and bounce again. Almost done. And 5, and 6, and 7. Stop here now, arms down. All I want you to do is a little twist. As long as you don't feel dizzy when you do it, you can look straight ahead. Good. Great. Now watch this. Up and down. Up and down. It's all right. Down. Oh, see, I'm too far forward. Look at that. Up and up and down. I think that was 10 minutes, or almost 10 minutes, right? Side to side. And 6. I've got to remember to stay back. And 6. Side to side. Good. Getting a good workout today. Good for balance. Dancing, walking, all good for balance. You did great. How many are still with me? I'd like to know that. So why don't you sit down and relax, grab some water. What we're going to do, I'm going to let you sit for a minute. And then we're going to get up. And we're going to do some full body stretching, holding onto the chair, because you're all warmed up now. So your muscles, as I said, they're warm. They'll be able to stretch easily. You're less apt to strain a muscle, or what they used to say, pull a muscle. So again, you should always warm up first. You don't stretch first because your muscles are cold, and that could cause an injury. So these are all the little things that I've learned through the years. I've taken courses on fitness for seniors. My major in school was health science and gerontology, so that too helped me with what I'm doing. I've also taught my own course on health, senior health at Assumption College, and it was so much fun. I was a little bit nervous about it, but it worked out well, and I would do it again if I had the chance. So now watch this. You're going to come forward in your chair, and I'd like you to try to do this as much as you can. You don't have to do it in a restaurant, but you can do it at home. When you get up, try not to hold on. See how strong your legs have become or how weak they are. So keep that in mind, okay? Good. All right, we're going to do a little bit of stretching now. For some of you, it might be easier if you're behind your chair. For some of you, maybe holding on. But we're using both legs, and it's hard to kick over there. You don't want to kick the chair. I'm going to move the chair forward just a tiny bit. The first thing we're going to do, make sure you're not out here, but nice and straight. Shoulders down, chin in. Your weight should be over the front part of your foot so you can lift your heels up. And 2. Just lift those heels up. This is a great lower leg strengthener. And 5, and 6, and 7. What could be easier? We're going to do 10 of these though, okay? You're contracting your calf muscle or your gastrocnemius. How's that for a name, huh? All right, and now you're just going to flex that foot, hold the leg out there for a few seconds. Good, bounce it. 1, you can keep holding on. 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and then bring the foot back. Try the other side. So what we're doing is we're stretching the calf muscle by bringing that toe back or flexing the foot and bouncing 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now let's put our feet together. We're going to bend both knees again. I think I would like you to get behind your chair for this. I'm going to turn my chair so you can see what I'm doing, all right? So here's what we're going to do. You're just going to touch to the back, and you're going to bounce 1, 2, 3. So you're stretching your leg a little bit, but you're also increasing the strength in your lower back, your hip, your glutes. Just see if you can do that. Feet together, and we'll relax There we go, just a little bit. The other leg, touch to the back and bounce 1. Now you can touch or not, whatever you want to do. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. All right. Now I'm going to turn back and face you. We're going to stretch the back of the leg. So you're going to put your heel down, keep your back straight. So I don't want you to do this. I want you to keep your back straight as you come forward. Takes a little more effort, I know. And you're just going to come forward, keep that back straight. You can keep your head up, and you're going to stretch the back of your leg or the hamstring. Easy stuff. Easy stuff, but you do have to maintain that posture. That's the part that's not so easy, right? And we'll come down. Great. You should hold that stretch at least 20 seconds. Again, you know, we only have a half-hour show, so we can't do everything as long as it should be, but I like to tell you how to do it when you're on your own, especially if you do have a lot of stiffness back here, or you can feel the muscles contracting. We'll try the other side. So this is for the hamstring. The back of the upper leg, keep your back straight, put your hand, keep your head up, and let's do a nice stretch. How does that feel? Oh yeah, that feels great. Wonderful. Good. Keep the head up. I'm not counting, but 20 to 30 seconds would be great. In other words, you can do less longer rather than, you know, up and down like this, okay? All right. Now, I want you to bring your feet apart as much as you can, where it's kind of comfortable. You might have to let go of your chairs, maybe not. If your chair is turned, you can still put one hand here, depending on which side we're doing. Now I'm going to take my hand off the chair, because I have to do that. You're going to bend your knee just a little bit. Make sure the knee is over the toes, not forward of the toe, but over the toe. See how my posture falls apart? All right, and if you can do it, if you're in back of the chair, you can hold on with one hand. You're going to reach up and give yourself a nice stretch. Great. Oh, doesn't that feel good? I think it feels good. I love it. All right, then we'll come back up. So now we're stretching more of the upper body, but I like to do the whole body, upper and lower. And then the other side, reaching up, up, up. A lot of people stretch like they think they're stretching, but they're not. You've got to reach up as you bend and stretch. Look down, make sure the knee isn't in or out so that you're on the side of your foot. It's better to have, and it's just the way to do it. So we'll try it again. Good. So that's great. All right. Then we'll come back up again. All right. Now, because we've been doing aerobics, or if we were walking before we did aerobics, you would do the walker stretch. It's also called a runner stretch, I believe. So you're going to face your chair, which you probably are anyway, and this is what you do. Some people say, I don't know how far back to put my foot. Well, you straighten your leg like that. You glue that toe to the floor. That's what my ballet teacher used to say all the time. All right, so it's toe, then the ball of the foot comes down, then you pull that heel down. But if you don't feel a stretch in your calf, you have to go back a little bit farther. And let's have some perfect posture here. The knee is bent, isn't it? All right. The knee should actually be over the ankle, but everyone does a little bit more. That should be okay. Depends on what you're dealing with, how much arthritis you have there in your knees. So let go with one hand. So we're stretching. You're strengthening the front leg when you do this. All right. Good. Let go with the other hand. Now, can you let go with both hands and balance there? For some people, this is very easy. For others, it is not. Bring those arms up. I'm tucking my hips under a little bit. That means pushing them forward. Do whatever you want and bring the arms back. How does that feel? Okay, we have to do the other side though. Yes. So we're going to point. Ball of the foot comes down and then pull down on that calf. I'm going to go back a little bit more, push myself up so I'll have really good posture. Pull that chin in, shoulders down. I want you to feel that now. All right, one hand off. So we're strengthening, stretching, and doing a little balance work here too. Can you balance? Try it. I'm going to tuck under a little bit. Lift those arms up. Clasp your hands. How do you feel? Grab your hands this time. How far back can you go? Try pulling the chin in. I know I don't want it to bring you back too far, so just be careful on this one. Wonderful, wonderful. To stretch your lower back, there's a very simple exercise. If you have back problems, people with back problems usually know what they can do and can't do, right? So feet are apart a little bit. All I want you to do is this, watch. Just drop down. Let your arms fall down. Don't try to reach for your toes. It's not good for the back. Maybe when we were 5, not today. Keep your head up. Or if you can do this, if you can drop your head a little bit, that's fine too. When I'm at home, I turn the feet out and I go all the way down. I can't do everything, but I can still do some things. And I get the arms and I grab my ankles. So that's one thing I can still do from my past. So, but you really have to keep moving. For instance, if you stop strength training altogether, you would notice it in a week, maybe 2 weeks the most. So you don't want to lose what you gain. You want to keep going if you can. I know it gets boring sometimes doing the same things. You don't feel like exercising, but it's your life. You want to be fit for life, and you want to maintain your independence as long as possible. We want to take care of ourselves, right? Of course. It's very important. All right, I'm going to turn the chair back a little bit, and we're going to sit down and do nothing for about a minute. All right? It's not easy to do nothing, is it? How many of you have taken a meditation class? How many of you are doing yoga? There is yoga for seniors, and some seniors can do what they did 20, 30, 40 years ago because they're consistent. So keep that in mind, all right? We're going to do a little more of that in other shows. We're going to do everything. So let's take a breath up through the nose quickly. Up, up, up. Hold that breath for 2 seconds, and then exhale through your mouth. You can make that whooshing sound if you want. While I do this, I actually pull the abdomen in a little bit. Great exercise to tighten that area and tone it. So I think that's about it for us, for this show anyway. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye for now.